Yo, Maverick fam, what's going on? Your boy Dion, aka I'm Maverick, here to talk more Madden 18. For those that didn't know, your boy is an EA game changer, so I have played Madden 18 in the few months leading up to EA Play, where I also played it again. We haven't got any gameplay yet, so you guys had some questions. Hopefully I got some answers for you. Then I will follow that up answering the big question: should you even buy Madden 18? Is it worth it? And then I'll give you guys a little inside intel and kind of share my experience so far as a game changer, because this has been my first year. Alright, so let's get into it. Oh, and one quick heads up, as you can probably tell by the video, like, this isn't one of the shorter videos, so it might make sense for you to just put this on while you're listening, maybe treat it like a podcast, or put it on and listen while you're doing something else, you know, feeding the baby, scratching your booty, playing a game of Madden, whatever it may be, because I'm gonna answer a decent amount of questions, give you guys my thoughts on stuff, so yeah, get comfy. I didn't ask you guys whether you guys want your names involved or shared in these questions, so I'll just leave them out. First one I got: is fumble recovery awareness improved, and is QB sneak unstoppable still? I'm gonna answer the second part of that question first. Is QB sneak unstoppable still? No, it's not effective at all. It's at the point where you snap it and your quarterback kind of just falls. And I was talking to Clint a little bit about it, and I believe, don't quote me on this part, please, y'all, I'm sorry, but I believe he said something about there being a dice roll in there, so there may be some sort of animation where you get some sort of yards. I haven't experienced that. I did it a few times. Your quarterback literally just like falls, and I was like, nah, fluff that. It ain't even worth running no more. I didn't experience it if there is, but yeah, they tuned the heck out of that. I think they just wanted to switch it up so it wouldn't be like a guaranteed like 4th and inches conversion as far as for the touchdown or for the first down. So yeah, I feel like they killed it. So we'll probably see more tosses, fullback dives, stuff of that nature. Now, is the fumble recovery awareness improved for this? I want to say I don't know, because although I've played the game, it's a small sample size, and I feel like to answer something like that, you need a couple months really to know whether it's improved. In my experience, I haven't seen as many fumbles. I've been playing a lot on competitive. My time on the simulation setting has been really just to test it. But when I was in EA Play, I was mainly on competitive because I was trying to get dubs. I wasn't really in like tester mode. So I do recall one time against the computer at EA Play where I was pretty frustrated with, I think it was a sack fumble. My guy really should have got it, and he just whiffed it. Now, does that happen in real life? Yeah, I mean, it does. There's that aspect of, we've seen it, like, not even just linemen, just like doing a horrible job recovering a fumble. But how it is in Madden, I think it still needs to be tuned. Like, it's bad, probably worse than real life, because I only experienced that once. Does that mean that it's not improved? I don't know. It could be improved, but it's for sure still in there. But again, like I said, I'd need like a month or two to know if it's improved. Will we be able to play a game in long shot? Yes, there is gameplay in long shot. It's not just quick time events and decision making and cutscene. There is games, but there are no NFL games. The long shot story actually ends at the draft. So there are some people that are upset about that. They focused on, I don't want to give spoilers, but they focused on the whole journey leading up to the draft. So there's a lot of cool things before that, but there is no NFL gameplay in the long shot campaign. Will the gauntlet be back? Yes, although I do not know if there's any like new additions to games or like little things within it. I know the skills trainer has obviously some stuff that involves some of the new mechanics in there, but I don't know if that made into like the actual gauntlet. That's actually a good question. I'll try and find out. How is the jukes and spins? Still broken and barely work? Or is it like Madden 16, which was great? I feel like it's better. I feel like it's really improved. The juke stick definitely feels more effective, but not even just that. The left stick feels better and a lot smoother when you're running, so I'm excited for that. I try to do the double juke. There's no double juke as of right now. So if that was your favorite juke, which it was a lot of people's favorite juke in Madden 16, that's not in there. But I don't think you need it. I feel like there's other good stuff and it feels good. Did mini games come back? That was my favorite thing to do. No, there's no mini games. That would be awesome. I don't know if there's any plans for that, but with me going back playing the throwbacks, that's been some of the most fun I've had. And so, yeah, but as of now, no mini games. When will we be getting news about Mutt? I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm not in charge of that. But no, as soon as we do know, I'm going to let y'all know. Are there still tackle battles? Yes, there are. And how is the blocking, especially the fullback? If I had one, this might have been my biggest complaint so far. I think they did a lot of cleanup, right? So I applaud them for that. There's a lot of things that I felt were in the way of, you know, having a quality experience playing last year at time, and I think they did a really good job trying to clean up the majority of those, right? The blocking, there's still some times where you just like, what the fluff, dog? Like, you know, in what you're talking about here, like you're talking about the fullback, there's times you got a lead blocker, whether it's a tight end, wide out, fullback. It's, you got a straight path. He just needs to block that ninja right there. That ninja right there. If you just block that ninja right there, I'm gone. And he just whiffs it or just runs right by him. And so that still happens. There was a couple times where, and you know the feeling where you just like, like, yeah, that still happens. I don't feel like it happens to the point where it's like, oh, I just can't play this game or it's not enjoyable. I didn't feel like it was like that last year, but it still happens. I don't have enough time to really compare whether it happens less or more, but I do feel like they made some improvements to the blocking. I like the pass blocking. I feel like that's been improved, and especially with the ID, the mic. So to start, I think we'll have some decent pass protection. Will someone eventually find the new nickel blitz, the new Mike scrape, the new sugar seam 3? Most likely, right? There's millions and millions of people playing this game, and a lot of them are trying to break it. Some people get paid and got ebooks out to break this game. Them eating depends on it, so they're probably gonna find some heat. And as far as I know, that's always been something that's been in Madden. And so yeah, I do. But as of right now, with what I've played, without it being to the masses, the pass blocking is improved. I think they did some good stuff to where you can't really just stop the run at $1 as well as you could last year. So if I get more tight ends and fullbacks or a fullback on the field, I'm gonna run over your $1, at least how it's tuned now. And so I like that. But there's still some lead blocking issues that I think they need to clean up. Is swerving gone? Yes. I don't know if another way of executing the swerve is will be in, but as of right now, how people were swerving last year is gone. But again, the swerve, if I remember correctly, wasn't on the scene like at the beginning of the year. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Is the scoreboard the same? Yeah, if there's some small tweaks maybe, but it looked the same to me. I feel like that's something big I would notice, like, oh, okay, scoreboard look different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. Are the warps gone? Yes. Well, no, warps are not gone, but they have taken some of them out. So the warp animations, like, you know, when there's, let's say, a runner's hitting the sideline and you're chasing, you can kind of spam A or X on the PlayStation and your defender would warp and get that tackle from the back. You can't do that no more. Now you have to hit X on the Xbox or square on the PlayStation to do a dive tackle to make that happen. It looks a lot cleaner. It's not warpy, but there's still warp animations. You'll see them with some of the like wide receiver DB interactions. So like if I'm throwing, let's say I'm throwing a slant, sometimes the DB and the wide receiver like warp into like a tipped pass animation. And I've seen them warp into catches, warp into interceptions. So those are still there 100%, but we have some of them out of the run game. Is the aggressive catch toned down or gotten more cheesy since Madden 17? I didn't notice it being toned down, or I guess toned up. I didn't feel like it was cheesy 17. 16, I thought it was a problem. I liked exactly where it was tuned for 17. Like, you got some, you didn't get some. If like the defense won more, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just trash or you just trash, or maybe we both trash. But yeah, I didn't feel like it was bad in 17. I don't feel like it's bad in 18. Is it coming to PC? No, but that would be super dope. Just with all the, I'm sure people have some fire mods for it, which would be dope as a content creator. Yes, but no, it's not coming to PC. Can you still make the zone adjustments like the hard flats pre-play? Yes, so you can still do hot routes, but they changed it a little bit. Every position on defense can't do the same hot routes. Like last year, I could put my DT in the deep blue. I could do the same hot routes for every position. Now it's different. And I don't want to go into detail because I don't know for sure what all of them are, but they have them position specific. So you may not be able to put your DT in the deep blue. Probably only put certain corners in like a deep third. Again, I don't want to go into too many detail because I don't know exactly which ones will be for which, but when I played it, it's definitely different. So the linebackers can't go into the same things that the corners can go into. So it's going to take time, but that's their attempt to make it a little bit more realistic. And you also can't cross man this year. So It's another difference. Is it going to be hard to transition for a player like me who just started playing Madden semi-competitively this year? I don't think it'll be that hard. I mean, there's new gameplay features, but they're going to be new for everybody. I don't feel like it's going to be like some crazy year where fundamentally the game plays different, but I think the meta is going to be a little bit different because they added new things. And so I think it's gonna feel a little bit different for us playing because with the new zones, or how the zones play, and some of the additions that make the run game a little bit better, with just how the running feels, the improved juke moves, the better blocking against like dollar and quarter sets. I think the meta is going to be different, at least to start the year. And so there might be a transition there. You probably can't come out just throwing C routes, you know, inside zone, and, you know, locking up with dollar. It's probably a little bit different there, but I don't think it'll be hard for you or any harder for anyone else. Has the running game changed? I kind of touched on that. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit improved, but who knows? I thought the running game was fine how it was last year. People really complained and patched it, and so we'll see. Do you have to use the target passing on every player? Can you use it when you need it? You can just use it when you need it. You don't have to use it every time. It is very optional. I think there's some people that'll probably go the whole year, only use it once or twice at the beginning of the year and be like, fluff this is too hard, and never go back to it. How frequent are wide open drops? I didn't see any. I've been playing the game most of my time on competitive. I didn't notice any. So I feel like I played a decent amount of games. So I know if in the amount of games that I played, if it was Madden 17, I would have seen some by now. So to say that there's none in there and that it won't ever happen, I don't want to say that, but I'll say I haven't seen those. Anyone else that was at EA Play, just played it, let me know if you saw some. All right, now let's get into some of the YouTube comments. Those were off of Twitter. Make sure you follow your boy. Talk about how the game looks exactly like Madden 17. I don't co-sign that. I don't think it looks exactly like Madden 17. Give you guys a little bit of background though. I do catch some heat because I'm positive. I'm a glass half full type ninja, not just in Madden, but in my life. So if you're just a pessimistic, overly like, if you're like negative by default, you probably just won't like me and my presence in general, because I try to be positive and I only surround myself with stuff like that. So if I just don't like Madden, like a lot of you guys obviously don't, I wouldn't play Madden. I wouldn't surround myself with Madden. I wouldn't make a living off of playing Madden, right? But some of you guys talk about Madden like you get paid, and you don't, and you just hate on the game. And so I don't get that. And so some people will say, oh, it's just a roster, it's just a $60 roster upgrade every year. I have never ever felt like that. Never. It's all about where your focus is at, right? But I'm just a natural, like, I like Madden. And so I'm gonna buy it every year. I have fun. Are there things that I don't like about it and things that I wish were better? Yeah, of course, but that's every game. There's never been a game that I played that I thought was perfect. Even like game of the years and games that people love, like Uncharted, Fallout, Call of Duty. I've never ever played a game that I thought was perfect. Even The Walking Dead, one of my favorite games, is like, yeah, some stuff I'm like, you know what I mean? So nothing's gonna be perfect. Dig holding people accountable. I dig giving feedback for improvement. All that is it's necessary. But to say it's just a roster update, I've never co-signed that. And to say it looks the same as Madden 17, I don't see how. Like, it doesn't look the same graphically. I mean, you got Frostbite. And again, if you're just judging off of like 18 seconds of leaked footage that you saw from someone that was capping it off of a screen, of course you can't see all the detail. You can't really see what Frostbite's doing. And then, you know, if you haven't played the game yourself, then you might not be able to see all the differences. But it plays different with, you know, I don't see how you can say it's the same when they got like the zones playing a lot better. When there's, you know, directional rack catches now. There's ID the mic. There's new physics in it that just, you know, changes how it feels when you move with the left stick. You have the chuck system. You have, you know, that's the offense or the wide receiver and the DB mechanics. You got coaching adjustments. You can do better matchups. Like, I just don't see how it's the same. But that's my opinion. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it looks like Madden 17. Of course, there's similarities. When you build a game every year, it can't be fundamentally different, look completely different graphically, play it completely different with the controls. Like, one, that wouldn't be smart, because what if you have a good year? Why would you just switch it from the previous year? And if, you know, it wasn't completely broken, you want to just improve on it. So there's going to be similarities from every year. But yeah, I could probably rant on that, but I don't feel like it's just a roster update or anything along those lines. This is a good one. Is the simulation arcade and competitive taking place of rookie, pro, all pro, and all Madden? No. They're still separate, so you could have an arcade rookie match or an arcade all Madden match. This is just a comment, not really a question, but it's worth. I had similar thoughts. Someone said, not sure I'm playing 25, 40 games a week, let alone over 3 days, which was true. At first, I was giving my feedback on the weekend league, and I was like, that's a lot of games, fam. Like, in a weekend, are you serious? But then I also thought about it. I was like, can't make everything accessible to everybody. And there's nothing wrong with rewarding people that grind. And sometimes you just have to stay in your lane. And I think with MUT, too many people complain. And I'm like, that's just life. And I caught myself and I was like, cool. Because I was like, I'll never play. Just like this dude said, I ain't playing 25 games in a week. And that's even on release week. Heck no, I'm just not. I love me some Madden. I just got a lot going on. I'm not playing that much, right? And so I was like, to do that in the weekend is crazy. Y'all can't expect people to do that. But then they got a lot of data. There's people that will do that. And for the rewards that you get in the weekend league, and that's what I'm talking about right now, if I didn't make that clear. They have this new weekend league called MUT Champions, where you can qualify during the week, and then over the weekend you'll play, and the more games that you win against the people that qualified, the better rewards you get. And then I was like, you know what, that's fine then. That's just my lane. I won't be in the weekend league, or if I do, I won't play many games and won't get very high. It's just life. That's just where I'm at. Some people have the time, which I don't, to do a lot of solos and build their team that way. That's awesome that they have that option. Some people like me try and go pay to win, right? Let me open my packs. Let me get my coins that way. That's just what it is. Some people don't have the time to do the solos. Some people don't have the money to buy packs. Some people don't have the time to do 25 games. But anything that just rewards more people that don't have money to spend. So it's like, they don't need to make it accessible to me. That's just my life. So, but I feel you. I'm on the same boat as you. The one thing I'm hoping they will fix is the O-line, D-line situation where a person with 2 DTs, they somehow block shed over 6 O-line. Yes. Now, in my experience, that does seem a lot better. Again, it sucks because I was really hesitant to put out like my thoughts last year before the game release, because like I don't know what they can tune, what they can change, what'll be different when it actually launches. And so that's something I don't know that will be tuned or changed, but I liked where that was at. And there was a big difference that I noticed in stopping the run when you got 3 linemen versus 4 linemen down. And so remember last year, and I think this is still like this, if you didn't have at least 3 people rushing, the pancakes were crazy. So if you have 3 people rushing, yeah, it's not a pancake. You don't get pancaked either in stopping the run or like in pass rush. But when you got 4 people rushing, I feel like the pressure was a lot better. And like when I was rushing just 3, I didn't feel like I was getting any kind of pressure. And so that's something you guys should look into as soon as you get the game, the 3 versus 4 people rushing. All right, so I feel like I got to a lot of the questions I've seen like more than once. I don't know if I need to do another Q&A video. I'm hoping we get some like gameplay really soon, and maybe I can answer more questions over that or just show you guys some stuff over that. But if there's just a bunch more that I didn't answer, I can do another one. Just let me know. Or you can tweet me. I'll try to reply. But let's get into now the question, should you buy Madden 18? My answer to that is, it depends. I think everybody but maybe one group should 100% buy Madden 18. I think they haven't released them yet, but I think there's some good changes in the right direction for MUT. That's really going to set us up to have a better year this year for MUT. There's team play back, right, with inside of MUT, which is awesome. There are some gameplay changes with target passing. I think I don't know if I answered that this video. I think I did. Someone asked, you gotta do it every play. You don't. There's target passing, there's directional racks, there's the chuck system, there's improved zones. What else? Like I'm missing some stuff. The left stick feels better. They changed ball hawk a little bit. Oh, that was actually some questions I saw. People were mad that they took ball hawk out. They didn't take it out. You just can't hold it from the beginning of the play like you could in last year's game. With all of that, I feel like they made some decent gameplay changes. Frostbite is added, which makes it look better graphically. They added long shot, which will be for some people. Some people won't like it. Some people will, which is a great addition, I think. It's going to bring some new people in, but it's like they've made upgrades other places. So if you don't want to play, you don't have to. Of course, there's still the draft champs mode, salary cap, all that stuff. And so I don't really see too many areas where they may have taken a step back, right? We got ID the mic. I think it's worth a buy. Unless, and if I was being honest, unless you are the person that does the CFMs and you only do them like offline, trying to like, and I'm a bad, like, I don't play franchise. I don't do offline franchise, so I don't know all what's in there now, what they didn't add, but I know this was a really weak year. I think the CFM crowd has been pretty vocal about that from what they've gotten. They didn't do a lot of upgrades for you guys. So if that's the only reason you buy Madden, I don't know if there's enough for you to buy it. It just doesn't look like it. There's the draft boards, and there's changes that was primarily coming from the CFM crowd, but it's not really a CFM stuff. It's more gameplay tweaks within CF that the CFM guys were asking for, like off-ball injuries and coach adjustments. But it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot there. For everyone else, I think it's worth a buy. Team play is going to be super fun. Now it's probably the hypest part of all of EA Play. That corner, people are having the most fun. Mud's going to be good. The gameplay is solid. So just that crowd, I think you would be disappointed if you bought it this year. So you might want to hold out. But everyone else, but if you do CFMs and you do it like with friends and stuff, I think all of that naturally will be better because the gameplay is better. And I think interacting with friends and trying to beat them is fun. So that's my thoughts. Should you buy Madden 18? And lastly, I just want to do a few minutes, hopefully we'll see how long I go, talking about my experience as an EA game changer. It was my first year. So last year I got gameplay early, but that was like my first event. Now this is my first time being able to be a part of the early development of the game and give feedback and experience all of that, which was cool. And so I think one thing though is like a common misconception. Like people think that that we get paid, right? And we get paid to post good stuff about EA or the game. And that's not true. They've never cut me a check for that. When I go out to the studios, though, they do pay for the flight. It ain't first class, but they pay for the flight and they do pay for the hotel. But that's it. And then we get to play the game early, which is awesome for me, who someone's like that's a fan of Madden. That's fun, and I enjoy that. But we don't get paid. And then there's no pressure, there's no even push to say good things about the game, whether we're there giving feedback or when we go back on our channels, because you got to think about it. One of the reasons I'm in the EA Game Changers is because I have like influence. I have a nice crowd. So when I can go to different events and capture early and then bring it back and give it to a lot of people, because a lot of people follow me. But how did I get that influence? I didn't get it lying to you guys. So if I have to go back and lie to you guys and say this game is one way and then you go and play it and then it's not, I lose my influence. And then there I lose that value to EA. Like, it doesn't even make sense, right? They shouldn't even be trying to do that, and they don't do that. And the people I've met in the Game Changer program, I don't think there's one person that would do that, that would sell out. There's no real benefit for it. You know what I mean? That's a lose-lose situation. Also, people seem to think that, like, EA only cares about your opinion if you have, like, some big channel, right? Like, oh, all these Game Changers, they suck at the game. But you're right. I low-key am trash, but fluff you. They suck at the game. And they only care because they got all these subscribers. Well, here's the thing. You don't even know most of the Game Changers. That's what's funny. The people that got big channels within, like, that are in the Game Changer program are the minority. There's more people in the Game Changer program that either have no YouTube channel or they got a small YouTube channel. So how about that? So, of course, there's big name Game Changers that you know about because we're just more known in the communities. When we say it, yeah, you know who it is. But if a little guy says he's a game changer, you might not even be following him, so you don't even know about it. And like I said, some of them don't even have channels. They got girls in there, they got older people, younger people, they got people that's been in this one Madden, huge Madden tournaments, championships. There's people that's been deep into the tournament. Like, they got everything covered, and they do like the general feedback too from like people off the streets. And so I think the Game Changer program is solid. They got a strong cast. Most of the people talking about it in the comment section don't know any facts, don't have any data. They just say things. They just want to believe everything's a conspiracy. And then we go out there, tell them that the game's great. And they're like, oh, great, good. We don't have to listen to nobody. We don't have to do anything. And then we come back and get our packs juiced and get paid checks or get these big checks just to say these positive things and force some agenda down your throat so that you'll buy the game, which is like, so contrasted to what really happens. We don't get paid. They do cover the flight, hotel out there. We give feedback, and they've even turned someone like me that generally like has a lot of good things just naturally to say about the game. Oh, and let me also say, this is my first year in the program. Anyone that's been close to me in the community and I've actually talked to you, in the years leading up to that, I thought EA hated me. thought they hated your boy, couldn't stand me. That's just how I felt personally. And despite that, I never had anything bad to say about them. That's just me. I've been positive about the game from jump. And any games that I play, for the most part, I'm like that. But yeah, we go out there. They've really turned me to like being more critical than I am by default. Like, we don't want to hear nothing good. We don't need that. That's cool. We appreciate it, but we need to know what we need to fix, because they getting thrown to the wolves when that game releases, and they need to make sure that they doing the best that they can. They even have at the end of it the final feedback session is called postmortem. We trying to kill these ninjas, let them know what needs to be fixed. And in my experience, they've been super receptive. They genuinely want the feedback, and it's awesome. And then I've also learned a little bit about the process of making the game. It's not as simple as I thought, right? And some things that seem simple, like just patch the game, fix it. It's not as easy. Some of the things they've been struggling with for years, there's a reason behind it. And there's also top-down pressure, which I'm sure is frustrating. I would imagine if I knew, like, let's say I had someone that was like running my YouTube channel, and I'm the one in the streets making the videos, seeing all the feedback, getting all the tweets, and I'm like, I want to go this direction, but there was some person that was like, no, I think it's smart to go this way. And I'm like, you don't even make the videos, Ninja, what the fluff? And so there's just a lot of dynamics that are involved, which is one reason I wish EA was more transparent. But hey, I've said that in like every video, so let me stop. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed my experience. I think for the most part, y'all get it. But there's just a minority that are gonna have something negative and hate no matter what. So I'm not really addressing them. I'm just addressing the people that really rock with your boy and might want the insight, and really, hopefully I shed some light on it. If I did, let me know, because I really feel like people think it's like some sort of like Illuminati meeting that we signed up for, and it's just all bad. And that's not the case. There's a lot of grinding going on and people trying to make it a better game. And it's just harder than people think. And I get how people think the way that they do, because I thought the same way too before my eyes were opened and I was actually able to see behind the scenes. And I get it, because I get the same from YouTube. People will hate, and then they'll try to start their own YouTube channel, and then they tweet me. They're like, oh, geez, I didn't know it was this. I thought you just literally played video games, made money, it was all Gucci. And then they kind of have a new understanding on it. So that's been my experience as a game changer. Should you buy Madden 18? I would say yes, all around, except if you're that hardcore CFM guy. If you haven't played Madden in years, and it hasn't been because of the CFM, I think this is probably one of the years that you want to pick it up, at least try it out. I hope I answered enough of your guys' questions. All right, if you know answers that I didn't answer and someone has that question in the comment section, help your boy out, leave a comment. If you still have more questions, you can tweet me, you can leave a comment. Maybe I'll do another one, but I think this should be good enough. So I love you guys, appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. Hope you guys are pumped for some Madden 18. And until next time, God first, God bless.